Hi, kind minds. Welcome back to the couch. It's Elle here, and we have a really special treat today. I'm going to be giving a FaceTime call to our CEO, Elijah. He wears many hats on the team, and he's really a great person. So I'm really excited to interview him today and have him be the first person that I interview on our little channel. So, just a little bit of background information. Elijah and I met back at Columbia when we were doing Masters in Clinical Psych, and we have been friends ever since, and now we are collaborators. So, sit tight, and I'll see you in a second. Hi, Elijah. How you doing?
Hi, Elle. I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for coming over. So, let me just start going into the questions, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So, what is your role in KindMind, and tell us a little bit more about your background, just in general.
My role in KindMind, first of all, I'm the CEO of KindMind Technology. I make sure that everyone has tasks on the team, that everyone is productive, and that everyone is working towards a common goal. I am also a front-end developer on the team. As far as my background, I have a master's in clinical psychology from Teachers College, Columbia University, and I also have a master's in computer science from Fordham University.
Very impressive. And can you tell us a little bit more, just for the people that don't know, what a front end developer is?
The front-end developer are the people who actually develop what you see in apps, the buttons that you click, the images that you see, as opposed to a back-end developer who handles all of the stuff that you don't see.
Gotcha. And so, what made you want to create or do KindMind?
I wanted to do KindMind. Well, first of all, I don't know if everybody knows, but I started this idea with Mariela Saipa in a coding boot camp course at Fordham University. But before that, when I was in high school, I had always thought about doing some kind of online video therapy type program or type software. And then when we got into that coding bootcamp course, I thought, is it possible to do video therapy from an app? And so I mentioned the idea there, and people were interested in it, and Mariella and I connected there, and that's where we started.
Awesome. And so, tell us a little bit about how KindMind has changed over time, because everybody, has come to see us in different times of our journey.
Yeah, it's been like a year and a half, I think, maybe more. And we did a Kickstarter campaign, and we did a beta version of our app, and then we just recently launched the public iPhone version of our app. It's changed a lot, and in the beginning, it was just me and Mariella, really. And then we started to grow the team based on what we needed to pull off this idea in telehealth care. So we went from just 2 members to now we have 5 members, and we tried to find people who could complement our skill set and do things that we couldn't do on our own. And then just in terms of the idea itself has changed over time, because originally we thought we were just going to make a mood tracking app. And that was it. But now not only do we have mood tracking, we also have real video therapy where people with mental illness can get actual treatment using our app. So it has definitely changed a lot over time.
Yeah, that's a lot of growth. And shout out to also all of our interns that have come along the way and helped us to create KindMind as it
Definitely.
is
Yeah, sorry.
today.
Yeah, our interns have been so helpful.
And so, tell us a little bit why you feel technology is beneficial for the field of mental health, or why it's important for the field of mental health.
That's a good question. I think a lot of therapists, at least traditional therapists, they're not that in tune with technology. And so technology hasn't really been considered very much in traditional therapy. But now you have these kids growing up, and they all have cell phones. They all have smartphones in school, in elementary school, basically. And they all just know how to use technology from a very young age. So I thought, why not bring out an app that uses the technology that young people are already using so that when they are ready to reach out for help, if they ever need to, then it's on a platform that they're comfortable with, so that they don't have to think about how am I going to schedule an appointment, how am I going to meet a professional, but they can just download an app, which is easy for them, and then talk to someone from there.
And I think a phrase that a lot of mental health clinicians will be familiar with is meet the patient where they're at. And I think that's exactly what you're saying, which is this is where people are feeling comfortable, this is what they're used to, and this is the way that they might feel ready to begin therapy.
Exactly. That's a very good point.
And so how do you see technology continuing to benefit mental health or change mental health treatment?
There are a lot of different ways that technology is being used, but that they aren't being used in mental health care. Like I mentioned before, a lot of clinicians, a lot of therapists, they don't have they're not very tech savvy. They don't have a background in technology. So all these new technological advances are being done, and not very many people are thinking about how to use them for mental health care. I think that mental health care is really primed for this mode of treatment through technology, because we're using, our brains to communicate. And when you have like medical doctors where they have to actually examine physical symptoms, it's not the case with mental health care. So when we have these new technological advances like teletherapy, video chat, where you could talk with a therapist and actually still see those facial expressions and still talk with them and get most of the information that you would get from an in-person visit, it's good. But also we have new technological advances like VR chat, which is becoming big right now. A lot of people are getting into that. People are already starting to look at how that could be used to treat like PTSD. Yeah. So new technological advances will continue to happen, as they have always done. And so I'm excited to see how many different things we can use that could benefit patients in mental health care.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of the most exciting features I think about KindMind, and something that sets us apart, is the fact that clinicians, if patients want, can utilize the mood tracking that they're already doing in the app to find out about how they're doing in therapy and to track, their mental state. And I think that's, as you're saying, just kind of the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more that can be done there.
I agree completely. It's a very good point.
So what do you feel, kind of a different topic, but what do you feel people misunderstand about mental health, and what can KindMind do to improve people's ideas about mental health? Because that's kind of a goal that I think not everybody knows that we have. We want to change the way people see mental health.
I think one of the main things that people misunderstand about mental health is that it's not just clear cut where someone is either crazy or they're not crazy. It actually is along a spectrum of mental health. People can be a little bit sad, they can be completely depressed, and anything in between. So just because someone is experiencing a little bit of depression doesn't mean that they are insane, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they need treatment. And then on the other hand, if someone seems completely normal, it doesn't mean that they don't need treatment. So yeah. I think one of the main things people don't understand is that people have very different brains and live in very different worlds, because we all have our own world that we live in. Mm-hmm. So it's important to understand that we all are on a spectrum. But what KindMind can help with that is, we have a community forum where mental health professionals and lay people can talk and can get advice. So whenever you have someone who needs treatment, then they can talk with a mental health professional. But if they don't, then they can get, layperson support. Just good old-fashioned talking to people and getting support from them to feel better. So that's where we can really bridge the gap there.
Well, I was going to say, everybody should know that therapy is not just for crazy people, because I did a video on it, so they should go and watch that if they haven't already. Yeah. And lastly, what can you tell us about the future of KindMind and the direction that we're going in?
So if we're being very optimistic here and talking about what we hope for with KindMind, I can definitely see KindMind being a household name. When someone thinks of mental health or seeing a therapist, they may think of KindMind, because we're really trying to start a community here, and we're really trying to get mental health professionals talking with lay people and not having just this big bridge and this big gap between the two. So I hope that we can really become a common, helpful name in mental health care.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.
Goodbye, Elle. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you like it. I hope you're interested in tuning into some other interviews. Let me know if that's something that you'd like. In-person ones too, not just FaceTime ones with people not living in New York. And we will go from there. If you haven't downloaded KindMind, check it out. We'll put the link below. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to talk to new people. And have a nice day.